Another lazy Monday morning. How I hate Mondays! Exclaimed Dora as she woke from her beauty sleep, which was disturbed by the pesky alarm clock that lay beside her. For about 5 minutes, she stared at the window that provided a beautiful landscape. How I wish I was inanimate just like the tree, said Dora as she slowly and steadily moved out of her bed. I feel so tired. Should I skip work today? Saying so, she checked the calendar which marked the date of the important meeting with the international clients. Ah, good lord, the meeting is today. I must reach there early. Saying so, she opened her wardrobe and repeated the phrase which all girls do. I have nothing to wear. After 5 minutes of scanning the clothes, she finally chose her white shirt and black trousers. She freshened up, quickly rolled her hair into a bun, wore white studs, packed all her stuff, and left the house. Dora's office was a 10-minute walk from her house. Just to describe her location, Dora lived in New York in a rental apartment. Her parents, Frank and Lucy Roberts, who stayed in Canada, would visit her often, and Dora would complain about her stressful life to them. They would advise her to remain calm and keep going. Hard workers always succeed. Mr. Roberts would say, "Your hard work today will ensure a beautiful future tomorrow." Coming to the present, Dora was sleepily walking on the street when she realized that the entire street was empty. Not a single person adorned the streets. However, she didn't think much about it and reached the office only to find it shut. She was left baffled. Why in the world is the office shut on a working day? Even if the sudden decision was taken, then why didn't my boss inform me? Thought Dora. Nevertheless, having no choice in hand, she decided to head back home. As she reached home, a note rested on the living room sofa. I shall now enjoy your life, it said. Dora was confused as to what this meant. She threw the note in the trash and looked out of the window. She saw Joanna steadily approaching her apartment. Why would Joanna wish for a rendezvous with me? After all, she despises me so much. The doorbell rang. Dora didn't wish to open the door to her but still did, as she wanted answers to the weird things happening around. As soon as Dora opened the door, Joanna flung her arms around Dora and embraced her dearly. How are you, Dora? I missed you so much. I just couldn't wait to see you, so I decided to make an impromptu visit. I hope you don't mind. Dora couldn't believe her eyes. Her mouth swung open in shock as she scrutinized Joanna. She was tongue-tied and her eyes seemed to have frozen on Joanna. What's the matter, Dora? Are you okay? Inquired Joanna. Dora still couldn't answer as this wasn't possible. How could a girl who always played evil tricks on her suddenly transform into a well-wisher? Joanna gave her a nudge, which brought Dora to her senses. Wouldn't you ask me to come in? Asked Joanna with a sweet smile. Oh yes, certainly, but I hope you aren't here for executing your evil tricks, mocked Dora. What? Why would I do that? After all, I'm your best friend. I'm here because I missed you, said Joanna. This is so bizarre and uncanny, thought Dora. By the way, why are the streets so isolated today? You sound as if you're new to this worldwide routine. Don't you know that Sunday is always a holiday? According to the calendar, today has to be Monday. How is it a Sunday today? Thought the confused Dora. Maybe it's actually a Sunday and I'm mistaken. What thoughts are you occupied with? Nothing. Anyway, would you like to have something? Snacks or anything to drink? Questioned Dora, who held hospitality to the highest regard. Yes, I'd love to. Dora brought some snacks, and the two enjoyed relishing them together. They chatted for quite a long time, and then Joanna took her leave. Dora felt quite special that day, and assumed that maybe Joanna wished to give up on her enmity and start anew. The next morning, she received a text from an unknown number, reminding her of the important meeting with international clients. Since it flashed an unknown number on her phone, she texted back, "Sorry, may I know who this is?" The other side responded, "Are you dreaming, Dora? I am your boss. Hope you remember that you're working." Dora was flabbergasted. How is this possible? How didn't her boss number exist in her contact list? Anyway, considering the meeting, she didn't ponder much upon it and left. At the office, the meeting with clients was a huge success. She decided to approach her best friend Christine to share her happiness as she usually did. However, when she walked casually towards her, Christine ignored her. Dora wasn't expecting this. However, she caught up with her and inquired, "What's the problem, Christine? Why are you avoiding me?" You're speaking to me as if I'm your dear friend. Have you forgetting we're enemies? Dora could now figure things out. Everything was happening in the topsy-turvy way. It was as if Joanna impersonated Christine, whereas Christine transformed to Joanna. Dora also observed that her strict boss, who regularly discouraged her, had suddenly become amenable and understanding. Things had taken a reverse turn. Dora started to enjoy this life, which welcomed compassionate people, unlike her regular villainous life. Once at home, she was surprised by the presence of her parents, eagerly waiting for her. Dora rushed to hug her mother. However, Mr. Roberts didn't hug her back. Instead, she asked Dora to back off and stop behaving like a child. Dora couldn't believe this at all. Mother would never speak to me like this, recollected Dora. Also, her dad wore a frowning expression and said, "We're here to inform you that if your performance in the office continues to remain poor, then do not rely on us on your expenses. You're no more a child." Dora was even more puzzled. My performance in the office is way too good. I received multiple laurels to my credit. Why is my dad saying this? Thought Dora. Without waiting for a response, Dora's parents stormed out of the house without even giving her a farewell kiss. Her parents too had changed. Then she could put the pieces together. Maybe she was in a different world. Each of the people existing here had a doppelganger in another world. It could also be the reason that the phone numbers of her close ones and colleagues did not exist. Dora had heard about the parallel universe and assumed that probably she was part of it now. Since everything is happening the reverse way, this has to be the parallel universe. Then, she frantically searched for that note in the trash. When she got hold of it, she could understand the words in it carefully. The author of this note is most probably my doppelganger, and currently she is in my world. What do I do now? How do I make things alright? I cannot have my parents and best friend treat me like this. Wake up, Dora darling, you're getting late for work. Dora then slowly opened her eyes to find her mom by her bedside. Dora heaved a sigh of relief after acknowledging the fact that the entire episode was planned by her neurons. Oh, what an unpleasant dream to have seen, sighed Dora. Move out of your dreams, baby, and freshen up. I'll keep your breakfast ready, beamed Mrs. Roberts. Dora nodded in approval and shot out of the bed. As she was slipping on her flip-flops, she noticed a piece of paper near the lamp. She quickly unfolded it. It said, "You're lucky to have returned." This note blossomed a dire confusion in Dora's head. Was my trip to the parallel universe a dream or reality? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. The mere thought of it haunts Dora, and she's regularly made it a routine to thank God for her safety.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos.